Alright Raiders, today we're going to talk about how to tank Eranog, the first boss in Vault of the Incarnates. Like most raids, the first boss is rather simple. The first mechanic we have to worry about is Burning Wounds. This is a stacking debuff that stacks on the tanks whenever Eranog hits them. You're going to want to swap at about 7 stacks or whenever your stacks fall off. Eranog will create 2 different effects into the encounter. The first is these red circles that go on random players. The players should group up, and then they will drop lava pools that summon adds. These adds fixate on people, you don't have to tank them, just help them AoE them down a little bit. The whole group should gather up so that they're easy to take care of. He'll also summon these spikes, which are blocking movement and can get you trapped in lava. The spikes will explode whenever he does the AoE swirls, so you don't have to worry about them forever, but constantly moving the boss away from the lava is quite important, and making sure you don't have your back to these big spikes. You always want to make sure to give enough room for your raid between the existing lava pools and the boss so that they can gather up for dropping those add pools. And enough room away from the spikes so that you can avoid these small swirls in the eruption. Watch out, occasionally the boss will turn to a random direction and begin to channel a big cone. You do not want to get hit by this, it's quite painful. Tanks can survive it pretty easily, but just help your healers out by not getting hit by unnecessary mechanics. As you can see, the lava doesn't go away, and so you're going to be slowly kiting the boss around the room, trying to avoid standing in the lava and making sure that the whole raid has enough room to be able to do what they need to do. That's going to be very important for the next phase, which is the intermission called Army. He will summon a ring of adds around the outer edge. One of these adds needs to be focused down and killed before you get trapped with this ring of fire. If you touch the ring of fire, you will die. So all players have to constantly back away, nuking the add until it dies. That'll give you a path to get away from the boss. You can go in and damage the boss for a bit at this point. You just have to make sure you give yourself room to be able to escape out of the hole before all the adds collapse in on each other and explode. The boss is just going to keep being a rotation of that. It's going to be dealing with the adds, the lava pools, kiting away from the spikes, dodging axe cones, and then taking out the army whenever it spawns. After about 2 armies, you should have the boss down. It might get to 3 depending on your group's DPS. If you get beyond 3, you're in a little bit of trouble there, and likely your healers are out of mana, and your group will need to look at a change of your damage. There's no notable changes between heroic and normal that you'll have to worry about in this fight. Everything acts generally the same, and you shouldn't have to worry about any changes. It's just increased health of the boss and increased damage that he does. So a quick recap: taunt at about 7 stacks, constantly kite back away from the lava, avoid swirls, avoid a massive cone, try to keep the raid away from the spikes, and you have the whole raid focus on one single add in the army to take out before the ring kills the raid. Make sure it's an add that is not in between the boss and lava, so that you make sure you do not kite the group through lava while trying to kill the add. If you're able to, it's best to put a marker like a skull on the add that you're going to be killing. This is a good job for tanks to have, as tanks are usually the ones that are available to go towards targets and decide where the entire raid should be. Good luck on your first kill of Eranog.